alaikum and welcome back. We've been discussing this challenge we all have to some extent and varying degrees of seeking acceptance, wanting everybody to say yes, everybody to agree with us. And here we're talking about being like a chameleon, where we like to blend in, be the same with others, dress the same with others, speak in the same way, use the same accent. We feel uncomfortable being very different, being more independent. Now, this may not be a problem if it didn't compromise our ethics, if it didn't compromise our spiritual growth and the efficiency or effectiveness with which we get to the hereafter safely. Before the break, we spoke about the pendulum effect and how smaller clocks tend to join the rhythm of the bigger pendulum clock, and how as human beings we notice people walking, and one of the two people walking or one of the three people walking after a while seems to have influenced others to walk with the same rhythm as he or she. We notice, as we said earlier on, that women who live together tend to have their menstrual periods, monthly periods around the same time. That there's a particular woman who seems to be influencing others to gradually join her rhythm. But the same thing we find in moods. People have studied how certain individuals have very strong personalities. These strong personalities, if they are very happy and bubbly on one day, and they come into a room where everybody is a bit okay, not too happy, not too sad, they lift the mood of people in the room. But when they are sad, disappointed, angry, and they come into the same room, they bring everybody's mood down. They're like a big pendulum. It is very important we try to realize and find out who's the biggest influence around me and who's a pendulum in what way. Who's a cause, who's an effect. Sometimes you end up being the effect of everybody else. Somebody's in a bad mood, that brings you down. Other people, you seem not to be able to recognize somebody is in a bad mood, I will change that. And I will not let it affect me. I will comfort them, etc., but I will not let after 3 to 5 minutes I'm also in a bad mood. Why? They started talking about sad things, you kept listening, you went down and joined their mood and joined their level. Some of us are more causes of how other people behave, and some of us are more like effects. Somebody is the cause and you're the effect. That's very dangerous. We need to be more cognizant of our purpose in life, and that we fulfill our purpose and don't spend our time fulfilling other people's purposes. Very often, and how many times have you written a list of things you're going to do today? And at the end of the day, if you are to look at your list and to start ticking which did I do, you end up finding you did nearly nothing that you wanted to do. You spent your whole day doing what others want. But that's how yesterday went. That's how today went by. That's how tomorrow is going to be. And that's the sum of your life, and that's the story of your life. You don't write your story. You end up allowing other people to write how your story of the day of your life would be. So if somebody said, write your story of what you would like today to be like. You know, what would you like today or tomorrow to be? Write it as a story. I would wake up around this time, I would go straight and brush my teeth, perform ablution, pray, do this, do that, then I will call this person, then I will get out of the house at this time, then I'll do, and when I get to work, I'm going to do the following 5 things before I see anybody. I'll then go and see the following people, and then, and finally I'll come back, and finally I'll go to bed. How confident are you that if you write that story of all you plan to do, but you write it in the past tense, You write it as if you are at the end of tomorrow, and see whether your tomorrow would actually be a fulfillment of what you hoped, or whether at the end of tomorrow that is not the story you have. You have a completely different story of what everybody else wanted you to do and be. It's not just enough for you to have a clear purpose in life, but you have the will to also pursue it. So to also have the will to pursue it. And so we pray Allah, Allahumma arina al-haqqa haqqan warzuqna ittiba'a. Allah, show us truth for what it is and give us the ability to follow. It's not just enough to know the truth. You have to also have the ability to pursue it. And know falsehood, but also the strength to avoid it, as we find in the same dua. Wa arina al-batila batilan warzuqna ijtinaba. Allah, show us falsehood, show us what is wrong, but also give us the ability to avoid it, to protect ourselves from it. If you are not clear about your purpose in life, if you're not clear about your qibla, if you're not clear about your strengths and what you can do and how you can contribute to your journey in life, you will most likely end up serving other people's purposes, which may not be in line with what Allah wants. Sometimes what other people want is in line with what Allah wants and is in line with what you want. No problem. You seek advice, you follow a mentor, you do as they say. Why? Because they are helping you on your journey back to Allah. On this journey, you have fellow travelers who can help you. But you also need to be critical. You need to have a response-able personality. You have to have a kind of mentality that is responsible. Responsibility. And I'd like us to look at when they say, are you responsible? It's actually, are you responsible? Are you able to choose your response? Or are you just like a bottle of Coke? When you shake a bottle of Coke, or you shake any fizzy drink, the bottle has no choice of what to do when you open the lid. It's going to spray and fizz out. Are you like that? Are you a product of others, or are you a product of your own conscience, your own reasoning, your own guidance, your own knowledge, your own choice? Or are you just follow, seeking acceptance? If that's all you are, then you are not responsible. You are not a responsible person. Allah has given us a conscience that helps us in knowing right and wrong. And with greater taqwa, your consciousness is more aware, and your conscience is more sensitive to right and wrong. We've all got an ability to reason, some better than others, but you are responsible for what you can reason. We all have will and choice. We all have some knowledge. Whatever level you are, Allah considers you responsible for how you decide, what you choose to do regarding right and wrong. You are a Khalifa, and you've been given these tools. When it comes to seeking acceptance, the danger is we put the leadership of our lives into the hands of others. The leadership regarding choices we put in the hands of others. And we just manage our lives. Others lead. What's the difference? You go to buy a shirt. When deciding which shirt to buy, what's going on through your head will help you know whether there's a pendulum doing remote control with you. The moment you start saying, this looks comfortable, I like the color, it's decent, I will buy it, I can afford it, then you are leading the choice, because you are going to manage that dress. You're going to wash it, you're going to iron it, you're going to be the one who will be seen in it. You're taking responsibility because you are able to choose your response to the color, the design, the everything of the shirt you're buying. When, however, you go to buy a shirt, and the question is, will my friend like this color? Or will they laugh at me if I wear this? Is it comfortable? Well, that doesn't matter, because even if it's not comfortable, even if it's tight, people will think I am more cool in it. then others are leading. You are managing. You will still pay for it. You will still carry it. You will still be the one to wear it, whether comfortable or not comfortable. Whether people laugh or whatever, you are not the one leading your life. What's very disappointing is very often we actually put the steering wheel of most decisions of our lives in the hands of others. What will they say? What do they think? Who will you marry? It's not who you want, it's what does somebody else think is best for you. And you don't even care about the ethical considerations of the other person. Where will I work? It's not where do I enjoy working, what is the best use of my talent, how can I contribute better to society? No, what will people say? What title do I have where I work? What will people say? What will my wife think? What will my husband think? What will my children think? Which car should I buy? Oh, I don't want to embarrass my children. They will be embarrassed to drive in this kind of car. But that's what I can afford. You end up finding your children are leading that decision. You're the one to manage it. You're the one to pay the mechanic. You're the one to do everything. The same thing comes to our religion. What do we follow? Who do we work with? Who do we have as our group of friends? Who do we befriend? What programs do we attend? What courses we take? Where do we live? Which kind of house we live in? Which school do our children, or which schools do our children attend? Do they go to this school? Do they not go to this school? Do they hang around with these kind of kids or not hang around with neighbors? All sorts of things. Other people leading our lives. We are not doing anything but just managing it, and other people deciding what's the purpose. So let's be really careful about this habit of seeking acceptance, trying to blend in like the chameleon, trying to follow. Because this is what Shaitan wants, that you don't follow Allah, that you follow him to hell. So pleasing those other than Allah is considered a form of minor shirk, associating partners with Allah, treating others as if they are better guides for you than your Creator, the all-knowing, the most wise, the most kind. In a hadith Qudsi, the Prophet ﷺ said that Allah said, if you do what pleases me, but displeases others, I will be pleased with you, and I will make others pleased with you. But if you do what displeases me, just to please others, I will be displeased with you, and I will eventually make others displeased with you. It's a lose-lose trying to get any other guide besides Allah. Inshallah, in the next episode, we shall carry on with this problem of the heart, of just trying to please others, get a yes, seek acceptance, seek approval, behave like the chameleon or like the dog that just wants to please his master, irrespective of the character, goals, and lifestyle of the master. May Allah keep us away from being like that. May Allah guide us to what is best. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.